At 80, the noise of ambition fades and the truth of time takes its place. We don't wish for money, we wish for more time. Regret number 1, waiting too long to live. Someday isn't guaranteed. Time is your most valuable, non-renewable resource. Spend it wisely. Second, caring too much about opinions. Maturity is choosing your own values over expectations. Own your path while you still can. Third, not spending time with those who matter. Presence is the true paycheck. Don't miss the moments that count. Fourth and fifth, neglecting yourself and letting fear decide. You are responsible for your own life. Step through the door. Finally, release grudges and notice the speed of time. Peace comes from appreciating ordinary moments as they happen. Appreciate them now. You are living the years someone else would give anything for. Don't wait until 80 to understand. Use them well. Golden wisdom. Imagine a quiet room, bathed in the soft glow of the afternoon sun. Here, at age 80, the world slows down. The noise of ambition, the rush of the clock, the weight of expectations, they all begin to fade. In this stillness, a single truth becomes clear. People at 80 don't usually wish for another $10,000. They don't wish they had answered one more urgent email or spent one more night at the office. Instead, they think about something much harder to replace. Something we all have, but few of us truly own. Time. Today, we're going to ask the question we don't ask nearly enough. What do people wish they had done differently? Because when you look back from 80, the view is remarkably different, and the most painful regrets are often the quietest ones. Regret number 1 is perhaps the most universal: waiting too long to live. We are taught to save, to plan, and to wait. We build our entire lives around a single word that has no date: someday. It's a promise we make to our future selves. Someday I'll travel. Someday I'll spend more time with the people I love. Someday I'll finally start that painting. The problem with someday is that it feels like a promise, but it's often a trap. Someday isn't guaranteed to any of us. We treat time like an infinite bank account. We postpone meaning, thinking the vault is full, until we see the bottom of the glass. This isn't an invitation to be reckless. It's a call to be intentional. You regret the things you were too afraid to start, because time is the only resource that is non-renewable. Next, we'll explore the weight of other people's expectations. Regret number 2, caring too much about what other people think. We spend our best years building a version of ourselves that we hope others will admire. We avoid our dreams because of embarrassment. We refuse to travel or change careers because of what relatives might say or what neighbors might think. Ask yourself, how much of your life is actually yours? How many of your major decisions were made to satisfy someone else's standard of success? At 80, you realize that the audience you were performing for has long since left the building. Most people were too busy with their own lives to notice yours. Healthy maturity involves becoming comfortable in your own skin. It's the realization that peace comes from choosing your own values over external approval. Your life is yours to own. Don't wait until the end to realize that the most important opinion was always your own. Maturity is the courage to be yourself. When you release the need for approval, you find the space for true connection. Next, we explore the third regret: the people who truly matter. Regret number 3, not spending enough time with the people who matter most. We miss dinners and postpone calls, doing it all for them. But we don't remember every ordinary Tuesday at the office. We remember who was sitting beside us when the sun went down. Relationships are the true source of meaning. Don't wait until the house is quiet to realize how much the noise mattered. The years pass with a speed that is invisible while you're in them. Suddenly, the child is an adult and the parent is an elder. The time you thought you were saving is gone. At 80, you only keep the moments you actually shared with those you love. Don't wait for a special occasion to be present. The most precious things are often the most ordinary. Sit at the table. Be there now. In our rush to care for others, there is one relationship we often neglect most. Next, we explore the fourth regret, yourself. Regret number 4, neglecting themselves. We often spend decades playing the role of the caregiver, the one everyone else relies on. In the constant rush to take care of children, partners, jobs, and houses, we leave little room for our own needs. We keep moving ourselves to the bottom of the list. We tell ourselves, later. But at 80, later has arrived. At 80, you realize that caring for others and caring for yourself were never opposites. They were two halves of the same whole. Healthy self-care is the fuel that protects your ability to contribute to the people you love over the long term. You are part of the life you are responsible for. Your well-being is not a luxury. It's a requirement for a life well lived. Appreciate yourself. Once we value ourselves, we must find our courage. Next, we explore the fifth regret, letting fear make your decisions. Regret number 5, letting fear make too many decisions. We often mistake fear for wisdom, forgetting that while fear can protect us, it can also imprison us. Think of every unopened door, every business idea left in a notebook, every talent that never saw the light of day. These are the artifacts of a life shaped by fear. There is a vital distinction between wise caution and simple avoidance. Caution keeps you safe. Avoidance keeps you small. Which one is leading you? The question isn't whether you felt afraid. Every 80-year-old felt fear. The question is whether fear made every important decision for you. When fear becomes your permanent decision maker, your world shrinks until you are only left with the regret of what could have been. But it is never too late to step through the next door. Next, we explore the sixth regret, holding on to things that no longer matter. Regret number 6, holding on to things that no longer matter. We carry old arguments and grudges like heavy stones in our pockets, long after the reason for them has faded. We let our ego and the desperate need to be right consume years of our lives. We obsess over the past, replaying scenes that can never be rewritten. At 80, you realize that many of the people you were angry with are long gone. You're left holding a resentment that has no partner. It is a weight you no longer need to carry. Sometimes peace doesn't come from winning the argument. Sometimes it comes from deciding the argument is no longer worth winning. It's about choosing your peace over your pride. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about releasing the emotional control they still have over your present. It is the gift you give yourself. When you let go of the weight, you find you can move faster. Next, we reach the emotional centerpiece, not realizing how fast time moves. Regret number 7, not realizing how fast time moves. This is the emotional centerpiece of our reflection. We imagine life as a collection of long years, but we actually experience it as a series of fleeting moments. The years pass with an invisible speed until suddenly the milestones are all behind us. At 80, you realize that the most extraordinary things were actually the most ordinary. The smell of breakfast on a quiet morning, a walk in the woods, the sound of a child's laugh, a friend calling just to say hello. These were the bricks that built the house of your life, though you didn't always notice them. Do not wait for life to become extraordinary before you begin to appreciate it. The most precious moments are happening right now in the silence and the noise. Presence is the only antidote to the speed of time. If you can be fully here, the years may still move fast, but they will never feel empty. Appreciate the now. When we understand the speed of time, we begin to listen to our future selves. Next, we hear the letter from 80. The letter from 80 says, I wish you had worried less about looking successful. I wish you had realized that success is a feeling, not a facade. I wish you had called them more. The voices you take for granted today are the echoes you will long for most in the quiet years ahead. I wish you had taken care of yourself. Your body and mind are the only home you truly have. Don't wait for them to break before you value them. I wish you had said what you felt. Unspoken words are the heaviest weights you will carry. Speak your truth while the heart is still listening. And I wish you had stopped waiting for the perfect time. The clock doesn't wait for your permission. The perfect time was always right now. What would your 80-year-old self ask you to change today? Because that person is already inside you, waiting to be heard. Listen to them. Next, we reach the final moment of golden wisdom. The choice you make today defines the person you will become. Use this time well. The beautiful thing about regret is that it doesn't have to be the end of the story. It can arrive early enough to teach us something vital. You don't have to reach 80 to understand what truly matters. The clarity you seek is available to you right now, in this very moment. Instead of remaining inside the past, choose to step into your present. The world is still full of color, and your story is still being written. Call the person you've been meaning to talk to. Start the project you were too afraid to begin. Forgive the grudge that has grown too heavy to carry, because you are still living the years that someone else may one day wish they had. You have the gift of now. Don't let it slip away. Use these years well. Live them with intention, with courage, and with love. Your future self is already thanking you for what you do today. Growing older, living better. This is golden wisdom. Use your time well. It's the most precious thing you own.